Hello there. Had one of those days yesterday, didn't I? So today we're going to focus on how and why. At least that's what I've decided. Either that or I go and do killer coda stuff. But I think we're going to focus on why. So yesterday we were fighting with UFW. And right now I just have it disabled. And I don't like that as a solution. So we're going to look at what was happening, why it was happening, how do we get around it, how do we stop that. So today is UFW Day, which reminds me, I have to update the stream. Let me do that real quick. Firewalling Kubernetes. Or chucking it on the trash. We'll add a few tags. There we go. All right, no more open project. Now UFW. And that is what we are doing today, I think. Unless I can magically figure it out in 5 seconds and call it a day. So right now, we have it as inactive, and that was so that we could get this thing to accept containers from Kubernetes, which was a fun thing to find out wasn't working, even though it's supposed to be. So first things first. Now we look at this mess that I've got going on. This is definitely going to need some cleaning up. And let's see what's being stopped. Well, nothing, thankfully. Good. Problem solved. Frep. Blocked. Denied. Oh, right. It does not have syslog anymore. Always put a dash in there. What I'm probably going to have to do is try and send another container at it. So let's do that. We'll just throw a test container at it. You know what? I don't want to do that. though. We want a tab. This is one that's apparently just supposed to take up a bunch of resources. That's its entire job. Oops, but it's going to put it in dev services. One of these days I'm going to get this straight. Where are you? Okay, good. You're on Dev Mini 3. There we are. So it's an IPv6 that's currently being blocked. But isn't that... I mean, that's basically link local, right? What is... Or no, that's the... That broadcast? Let's see. It's what? FFO2. And then 016. Yeah, multicast. So can UFW allow there we go. This is probably going to help us. Add that to our links. So it does have that. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Just allow all, right? Let's see if... Oh, okay, but that's, yeah. Well, no, because in this case... That's allowing everything to there, but what we're looking at is... well, no, that's not going to work, huh? CMP v6. Oh, okay, so I just have to allow the type. And I have to do it in the before space. Let's see if we have anything else in here now. There we go. More stuff to clean up. Source destination. 2.107. So I need to allow anything to that destination, right? I guess. What is 107? 107, I think, is the one that I have set as Zabbix, but let's double check. Wow, you're suddenly capped out. .10. There is no 107. There's definitely a 107. Come on now. Six. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, that's just kind of funny. But I could have swore I have a 10.2. Yeah, I have an allow out to anywhere already. So why is that being blocked? I also have allow anything in. So again, why are you blocking? There has to be a make UFW say which rule blocked it. Yeah, I didn't think I had a UFW log. And we are looking at enabled, yes, log level is low. Oh, it says to use the command. Okay. Let's see what that shows. Okay, so that's audit. I don't really care about audit. I care about block. Low. All blocked packets not matching the defined policy with rate limiting, as well as packets matching logged rules. I mean, I can already see that it's blocked. I need to know why. Because it doesn't seem like it should be. Oh. I do need to make an out rule for the 10.4. Okay. This will be from, right? Yeah, from 10.4.0 oops, 10.4.0.016. To any out so it needs to be any interface. That's where I always get screwed up, because it seems to me like there's 3 or 4 different ways of saying allow. See rule syntax. Okay. Using either a simple or a full. The simple syntax only specifies the port and optionally the protocol to be allowed or denied on the host. Both ingress and egress filtering, and users may optionally specify a direction of either in or out for either incoming or outgoing traffic. If no direction is applied, it only applies to incoming. So again, UFW allow from, oh, the slash is backwards. Allow all traffic so we're looking at source is 4, destination is 10 dot. Okay. So in this case, 10.1.24.0 24. That should get rid of that. Get rid of the block. How are we looking now? What's the human readable? Clear, read clear, console facility dash O, capital H. Sometimes lower, sometimes capital. That's all from before. Okay. That's all the audit stuff. All right, so 1418. That's a couple of minutes ago. But I need to start at the end like a normal person. Follow. I guess follow would drop to new messages. Alright, so I would bet that because we allowed this to happen... Oh, what are you? Oh yeah, you're gonna have a problem because that's not running. Let's go back here. Alright, I'm gonna trash can you. And we're gonna apply you again. Oh, right, it's a deployment. Whoops. That's fine. Still on Dev Mini 3. Anything new come through? Nothing. Okay. Let me go to the deployment. You and you need to go away. For now. The next thing we're going to have to do is start cleaning up that rule set. And probably combining things into the Kubernetes application as a whole. Maybe. Because some of them are IP specific, so that doesn't help us at all. But there's no way that I'd be able to say, hey, we're going to next write an Ansible script to do all of this stuff to the next machine if what we've got doesn't work, right? I'm not seeing anything new just yet. Let's throw a new deployment at it. Oh, this is all new. Okay. UFW block. All right, this is the ping thing that we've still got to take care of. Can UFW accept wildcards on interfaces? Well, that's not exactly. I'm not worried about a range of IP addresses. Interface names, maybe? Is the right way of saying that? To all available interfaces. To limit this, specify direction on interface. Where direction, okay. Okay, so that's just going to apply. So if I just allow ICMP IPv6, it doesn't matter what it's on. So I just need to allow out to this, although I bet that is going to change. I just have to go in and edit the before input. All right, let's go look at that file. It is still funny to me that we went out of our way to make it so that it doesn't show what it's running, but it still is showing what it's running. But according to Woodside, that's sufficient. I need to figure out where this header comes in and get rid of it. Because I don't like it. And why are we doing that? We're doing that entirely because if you've got a version number and you've got all of that information, then all you have to do is search for right here, bing, bing, bing. And there we go. It tells you exactly what you need to do to get in. If you don't know what version of Debian you're up against, you don't know what to try. So never show them what you've got. Although that may only show up after you log in, but it's still like, if you somehow manage to get to that point where you've logged in, obviously, right? But although I don't know what it would look like if I log in as a different user. So there's that. I don't know. We shall see. One second. And we are back. Zinc. Gotta work on my cameras a little bit more. Not your problem. Anyway. Yeah, we're looking at this file. All right, so it's got -A for input, -P protocol. Our type is going to be different. We're going to do the okay, so their issue is that they had echo request. We need to put the type 140. But our source is zeros, right? Yeah, our source is anywhere. So we need what? Destination? All right, we'll see. We'll just change it to a -D. Allow all on loop back. Here we go. Multicast ping replies are part of the OK codes for input, but don't have an associated connection and are otherwise to be marked invalid. So allow here instead. So if I just do, if I just add it in here, I'm gonna have to figure out how to track this change. If it works, of course. B6 type, and for hours it is 143. What is ICMPv6 type 143? What is that? Type 140. Why? Like, okay, I get it, 140 ICMP node information response. Okay. Inverse neighbor discovery. All right, that makes sense. But why the skip from 42 to 43? I mean, I'm going to guess it's some sort of discovery. It makes sense. But this is from... Is there a new version, maybe? Okay, this has 143. Multicast listener discovery. Okay. All right, we are here. Type 143. And they put a source. We can just do accept. And you know what we're going to do? This is how we're going to keep track of it. I know I said we're looking for something other than Redmine, but we have not found it yet, so 'tis what 'tis. All right, this is a Kubernetes project. Do I need to just create a subproject? No, just do it. Well, this is kind of becoming a subproject, isn't it? And this is where I'd really like to have a configuration manager of some variety. So I could say, now this file is different, and I need to make sure it's different on all of them. But anyway, well, you know what? What if we do that? What if we go to administration? We go to... Is it a tracker? I think it's a tracker. Yeah. We create a new tracker. We call it configuration. Default status is new. We're probably going to have to create some new statuses, but whatever. And we'll make it so that it has to have a machine. There's not really going to be a % done. There will be a description. No time, no due date. Maybe a target version, maybe a category. And I'll probably just copy from research for now. And this is going to have to be available in Homelab. All right, let's look at its workflow real quick. New issue in progress resolved. I mean, really, there's new. Let's run it and let's see how it looks. It might not make sense when we actually use it, but we'll hop over to projects. We're going to go. Do I have a global security one? Should have a global security one, or just configuration management maybe. Actually, that seems to make the most sense. If I just create a new, just what I need, right? If you look at my list of projects, I really could use a new project. We'll try it. No, it's not going to have a repository. It's not going to have a forum, a calendar, no Gantt chart. Basically, it's going to have files and documents and maybe issue tracking. Yeah, that'll work. And we're going to try, hop over here. We're going to create a new issue. It's going to be, where'd my tracker go? Oh, I didn't hit inherit members. That's going to be an issue. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, so new one, config, where's machine? Wow, I really didn't expect this to be about project management documentation. Tracker is config. All right, let's go back to it. It has machine listed. Let's try just, sometimes you need to just make a change. All right. New issue. Assignee priority. It still doesn't have machine. Well, I'm not going to worry about it for now. We're going to say the subject in these should probably always be the file name, right? Maybe, what's our standard? Well, we'll just do the name. At some point, I'm going to have to put something in there to say, like, is this a server change? Is this a workstation change, right? And we're going to add this line. Status is new, assigned to me. We'll say create. Now if I edit it, nope, still doesn't have machine. I'll have to figure that out, but I'm going to do that at a different time. But we've made this change. Let's validate it. No. Wait, isn't it reload? Yeah. Now, what's this saying? Interesting, it hasn't updated at all. So we have to go back to this deployment. You have to go in the trash. Although I bet I could just scale the deployment, but you know. No, it's over here. Send it again. 44, UFW block. Okay, no change. So we're going to go here. We're going to change you to in progress. We're going to say no change. I should probably have put it why I'm doing it, but why wouldn't I remember that, right? Let me, if I edit this, there's an option here. I thought there was an option to edit. Yeah, there we go. So there should be an option here to edit. All right. Ooh. All right, so do I have to put a destination in there? Or do I have to say out? Before dash P. You know, I didn't check. Is the rule still there? Okay, yep, the rule is still there. CMP type. It's got a dash S. UW6. Well, I'm making sure I didn't detail something. So if I do a dash D and I just drop this destination in, I think it's dash D. let's see. So input P-S. Yeah, okay, so it is dash D. I am a rocket scientist that has no rockets or science. UFW. Okay. Reload. All right, 44. That's now 5 minutes ago. Old news. I'm actually curious now if I just deployment, I go to you and I say restart. There we go. Type equals 143. I mean, as near as I can tell. Let's just go the full route. On the plus side, we can just restart the deployment. Pink. Yes. All right, that didn't make a change. I mean, I feel like that's a stupid. I feel like that's a stupid. That's enough. That's all I need to say. I mean, having all zeros in there in this is exactly the same as just having this. A UFW before input P at CMP at CMP. What did the Wikipedia thing say that was? So 143. Do I do MLD? Or maybe let's UFW allow MLD. V2. The addresses are not. IGMP from local subnet. So before input, -M. Hop limit equals 1. Oh, interesting. All right. So, oops. Let's take a look at this guy. So I've got this one, right? Dash P type dash, okay. And then before output, I guess I can just put it right afterwards, right? And then we reload. We hop back over here. We restart you. Bob's your uncle. So we need it in 2 places. Or we need it incoming and outgoing. Because of course, right? It's interesting though because this does say that it's outgoing. I swear, that detail got the attentions. All right, so now we need to... I have a feeling that all of this is going to become useful, but I'm going to copy this. I'm going to not edit. I wanted to quote. All right. There, and then we want to say per, add this guy. I feel like one of my lights is flickering. It ooged me out. This. We'll just make sure that these are together. Is that and that. And we change you to resolved. And what I need is some way to push that. Or if it's in configuration management and it's resolved, I'm going to say that means that it's not yet in the Ansible script that we're planning on writing, right? I still haven't set this up. Anyway. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. All right, so now what we need to do is start looking through these rules and figure out what's redundant, what's overkill, because this seems... I mean, I have 80 out 443, that should all just be HTTP, right? So let's go look at the apps. Oh, that's not what I want. Bash, who uses Bash? There we go. What I find interesting is that it says UFW-chat, or like, oh, UFW web server. Why does it say UFW web server? But if I say UFW allow, do I have to do UFW dash, or do I just do web server? Okay, so it is UFW web server. Oh, interesting. So it has. So do I do UFW web server www? I did sudo UFW dash web server. If I do just need to or from clause. Could not find a profile matching. I thought it defaulted to in if it doesn't have it. That doesn't make any sense. I think my background remover is getting a little aggressive lately. Maybe I am just going to have to throw up a dyed green sheet behind me. All right, so right now, see, Kubernetes already allows 443. Why do I have 443? I have 443 specifically called out, as well as 80 on out and in. To anywhere from okay, so that's coming from the idea there is that, but that shouldn't be to anywhere. I'm going to get rid of that rule and see what I see happen. Because it's there for a reason, obviously. Allow in anywhere, I'm going to say 17. delete. Oh. 17. Yes. Now what we should start seeing is, well, hopefully we see nothing, because right now we have allow, you're not 50. Actually, I need to make a, I need to make a rule set for, hey, it's tomato. Can't complain too loud. Ooh, what you grabbing? Okay, so I have was I agent here. That's allowing out. Has the agent tried to communicate yet? No. I do need to make, wait, don't, that means I must have it, right? Yeah. $15.15 and $15.14. All right. So I shouldn't be seeing any issues from there because it's already here. We have NTP. Do I have a specific NTP? Oh, I have NTP in and out. You have to view show. List. Oh, you have to view that list. That's just everything I've got. Okay, so yeah, it does show. Oh, that's cool. Okay, good to know. But that's not what I'm after. UFW status. Let's see what we have here. Grab this. And we're going to drop it into here. Because I want to be able to kind of say, is this a duplicate? Is this not a duplicate? But this is very bright. Is there... Ah, there we go. That's better. All right, so we've got our default deny. That's all well and good. Logging is low. Status is active. Good, good. All fine. So we've got anything to 22 allowing from anywhere. do I have another? Where's another 22? 22 v6. We have allow in anywhere. All right. Any other 22s? No. Okay. 22 is handled. Next. So we have, we'll go with Kubernetes here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Give me all of it. Cut. And then, oh, that's the TCP side, and then we have the UDP side. All right. Cut. Cut. Why you know? All right, and then we have the same thing for v6. Cut. Although this has 443, and I think I need to take 443 out of there. Welcome back. What'd you get to eat? Something good, I hope. Yeah, that's not bad. But is it homemade fried chicken, or is it from a place? I wanted to list off some places, but nice. That is the way right there. I'm in the midst of graduation season with nieces and nephews and cousins, and so I've got to go out to dinner. Well, got to go out to dinner to a place called R&G in downtown San Francisco. Oh, it's going to be terrible. So we've got this here as well. Wait, did I already do that and forget to? Nope. Okay, you are different. Why do I have you? Have this allow out. Which goes up here. I do need to pull 443 out of there. Does not make sense to be in there. Actually, I think a lot of this doesn't make sense, but that's all right. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, so that's everything I've got in Kubernetes, which is a lot. DNS. What do we got set up for DNS? That DNS, anywhere. Those are IP specific. DNS v6. Cut you. I will cut you. And then we do it again right here. I said, so we have anywhere, which allows in, and then we have allow out to these ones specifically. Okay. That makes sense. I'm still with myself. But then I have, then I allow it to anywhere, like a moron. I said cut. So now these are redundant. This one's probably just got to go. And then I do the exact same thing in V6. I'm not crazy, right? I'm hitting cut. Yeah, my biggest problem with it is that it's always just the way it's always presented is just a list of crap. And you just kind of got to follow it through. And especially, I mean, UFW, the uncomplicated firewall, does no favors. It's just, here's a list of everything you typed in order. Cool. It'd be nice if it kind of grouped things together in some logical way. All right, now we got more web stuff. Wait, did I already do this? Why are you still here? Okay, you're there because of that. I should have included the numbers in this. Oh well. We'll come back to that. All right, then we have 80. We have you guys. And then for some reason I have 2 more. I have 80 v6, 443, 443 v6, and then I have 443 v6, 80 TCP, and 443. And then I have 443 in Kubernetes. Yeah. I really should have included the rule number. Jeebus. Can I do verbose and numbered? Nope. That's the problem. Okay, that explains. I mean, it's only 30 rules. It should not be this annoying. Like, I don't need a spreadsheet for this. All right, maybe I can at least line them up in here. So first, of course, the 22s. That's rule number 1. And the 22 TB6 is rule 21. The first allow in for Kubernetes is rule 2. The V6 allow in is 22. Simple so far. And then the allow out for Kubernetes, that's not V6, but goes to a particular IP, is 15. Okay. Oh, technically this is also rule 2. Oh boy. Because that's... And then the V6 version is also rule 22. Because of the way that it handles services. Fun. All right. And this one is technically also rule 15? No, not 15. Rule 2. No, that's not right. Because this is allow out. .2, okay. Allow out anywhere. Wait a second. It's 10.2. It's not that one. .4789 UDP. All right, which rule is this? Where are you? It was a... UDP allow out anywhere. That's this one. Oh, so you're just attached to this one. So you're 15. Nice. All right, back to numbered. So DNS allow in, that is 9. 53 V6, that's 23, because reasons. How did that get to be? Oh, because it's 3 and it's 9. I take it back. And you are rule 4, which is allow out. You are rule 5 to allow out. And then this one, allow out to anywhere. That's got to be rule 9. And the V6 version of this one is 27. Yeah, now we're getting there. And now we're into the HTTPs. All right, and for some reason I put the V6s on the top, but let's fix that. All right, so 80 TCP is rule 7. 443 there is rule 8. And then this other 80 down here which is allow out is rule 10. And then our 80 TCP v6 is rule 25. 443 v6 is rule 26. Let's clean this mess up just a little bit. For reasons. I do have a separate 80 v6, and this is why I'm doing it. v6 is rule 28. And this 443 v6 is 26. Did I already do it? No, that's an allow out. 443 v6. Okay, you're 24. Right. Now we're cooking with gas-ish. Let's get all of our UDP 1, 2, 3s together. Because network time protocol, which there's a few of them about. Wait, how did you get lumped in there? Oh, you didn't. You. All right, which rules are we looking at here? Too dang many. Actually, I think that is just the right amount. It's this one that becomes weird. Kind of. Because I need NTP out, and I need it to only go there. So I need to get rid of this. Actually, I just need to get rid of both of these out rules, because that's the only one that should be valid. Of course, I don't need to be figuring that out right now. Right now, I'm just figuring out which rule is which. 1, 2, 3 UDP, allow in from anywhere is rule 13. Oh, the best part about this, as soon as I start changing these rules, as soon as I start deleting these rules, all these numbers are going to change. Guess start at the highest, right? 1, 2, 3 UDP v6 allow in is 29 and you are 30, which should make you 14. And then this one, NTP out, is 12. So if these come after it, then that means for some reason that one didn't work. Good to know. All right, and then we have our was an agent cut. I do mean it. And I think that is the only one for that. 2049. What is 2049? And why did I do it? Oh, right. I kind of need a port number, or I need it to say it's a port. There's a couple of things out there. NFS, okay, that makes sense. I need to label that. Although Okay, now. But that does explain why it was having an issue sending out. Because this is NFS, which is going to be needed, but I also need one for SMB. These aren't related. All right, so the agent is rule number 11. The NFS rule is 19. This is just allowing anything in from another Kubernetes node, technically, but there are other things in there, so this guy's got to go. But where are you? You are rule 16. To be deleted. So this is allow into 10.4. 10.1.24 0. I think this one needs to go as well. Because this should allow the main network to get into any of the nodes directly, or not the nodes, the containers in the nodes. I mean, I do kind of prefer that it just by default will allow connectivity to the nodes or to the containers, but in theory, if I don't give it a 10.2 IP, I don't want that. So yeah, I think this has to be a to be deleted. And then this is kind of stupid, considering my default is to deny outgoing. But I'm saying, yeah, it can go out. So that's just, I don't know why I did that. And then this is kind of the same thing. This is saying that if it's a container, it's allowed out. Well, if the container is going to reach out, it's going to reach out. The problem is that I have the default in rule, but the in rule is, well, I mean, if something gets in your network, they're going to be in the right IP range, so it doesn't really do a whole lot, right? So yeah, that's going to have to go, and then we're just going to have to start tracking error messages and playing whack-a-mole. Which means this one, I'm on the fence about this one because it means that I have to figure out which node any container I spin up is running on, and then explicitly allow whatever it is it's trying to do out. I feel like Kubernetes needs its own firewall. Because handling it on a per node basis is kind of crazy. Let's see. Let's see what Palo Alto has to say on the subject. Well, never mind. This might be what I'm looking for. So the problem is I still need to make it so that the pod can reach out anytime that it wants. But then I have to limit it on the network policies side. Okay. So what that means is that this stays deleted. Although that may override this. We'll see. All right, I'm going to start with this. We're going to take 443 out of here. And yes, I spelled orchestration wrong. It's fine. So at the very beginning here, we're pulling 443 out of this mess. It hasn't happened yet because we haven't reloaded it yet, but that's fine. 443 never should have been in this mess. All right. Now we have DNS in, then we have DNS out twice. Like I said, if it's, do I need to allow in from there? Let's delete those. Well, that's 9 and 27. So let's delete, is 27 my highest rule to get rid of? Kind of. UDP is mostly fine. I'm just gonna have to remember that I need to change these rules or these rule numbers. So let's see what happens. Let's just get rid of, say, 9. Am I still watching it? I am. 15. Wait, what was blocked here? Source, destination. That one is Zabbix. So I need to make, okay, before we go changing these rule numbers around. So that's 2 here. I think I need to just make it so that the Zabbix agent can come from either here. Should be able to come from any of my networks. So that just Zabbix again. 8089. Wow, that was a lot. Being attacked every day. Hackers just randomly send targets. That's coming from me. That's going to me. What are you? That's the wrong thing. What are you? Oh, well, that's super useful. It's going to be in... It's not a service. It's going to be a pod, I believe. Which should be under Calico? Or... It's not here because I deleted that apparently. Okay. So services have a different cluster IP. That doesn't matter. Where are my 10.4s at? See? It's in Calico. Ah, there we go. Well, that's the pool. Reservations, there's none. What I'm looking for, though, is the IP list. It's not going to be there. Get IP usage. Of course, it's a Calico control, but it should be an IPAM. Oh, that's IPAM config, IPAM block. Ah. All right, and where did that come from? 10.4.225.207. That's not giving me a lot of data. Yeah, it's not telling me who's using what. That's fun. The question is, why is it being blocked? TCP. It's a source of 10.4, a destination of 10.4. Did I thought I had a rule here. And 16 is the first two, so is it being blocked in or out? Because it's coming from within. This all gonna be, so if I do this, boop, no. No network set, no network policy. Not being super useful today, is it? I mean, I've got the affinity, and in this case, that just shows that it is coming from dev-mini 2. And it would have to mean that it's going to dev-mini 3. Okay, so it's incoming. And my rule is to allow out. I just have to make a rule to allow in, and then that goes away. But that's Calico, so I need to make a let's copy that to Calico. We'll see if it is in fact Calico. It could just be. Oh, that's not going to make sense because we're doing it by IP. So POW allow. Wait, where'd that rule go? Did I already delete that rule? Did that just show up entirely because I already deleted that rule? It seems to me like I already deleted that rule. Delete was rule number 17. All right, I'm not numbered anymore. Oh, no, it's still right there. Allow out. Okay. It is rule 18, though. For now. And that makes you 17 for now. I just need to do the same thing. UFW allow. .4.0.016. See, it doesn't even put it at the bottom. Alright, so now I've got this allowing out. Where is the in? Okay, that's there. It's now Rule 21. And we haven't seen a new... Alright. Out of date, rotating. Okay. I would really like a drag and drop firewall. Okay. So now I added this guy, which is Rule 21. And it goes with this guy. Technically, yeah, 10.2 needs to go away. Is that still Rule 17? Yep. All right. Reload. Status numbers. All right, we decided UDP's fine. I need to get rid of all of these extra, actually. Does Kubernetes still... That's funny. Sometimes it picks up verbose, sometimes it picks up numbered. Why are you still there? I'm gonna have to delete that and re-add it, aren't I? Delete 22 and 2. And then oops. Not only do I not need sudo, I definitely don't need sudo. Allow app. I thought that just allowed it. Wait a second. Doesn't seem correct. Back to where we started here. UFW, allow. Okay. It's because I was using the word app. it, oh wait, that was me specifically doing out. So I need to do the same thing. I need to get rid of Kubernetes out. That one. $14. And there isn't a V6 version of that. And then I can just actually do the same thing right back. Copy. And pasta. All right, anything new cropping up? Whoa! Seven, 9, 4, 6. Wait, this is, oh, this is happening right now. Is 7946 one of the ports in? Oops, not numbered. I want verbose. Yep, 7946. Okay, so that should have resolved itself. It's only a little broken. It's fine. It's glorious. All right, nothing new yet. Cool. It's been a minute, literally, figuratively, and all of the above. All right, the one that I really want to clean up now is all this DNS madness. Are you still there? I should probably be marking that I completed this. This is the allow out. Not Kubernetes, right? This is just allow out. So I think I did already get rid of you. Because I don't see anything else. Yeah. Turned out to allow out. It was rule 17, which is now allow in. And that's a different IP range. Okay, you're gone. And then I have you, you're still there. But you're duplicate now, because I technically allow anywhere in. So let's get rid of wait, did I just okay, so this is allowing in, but this allows in from anywhere. So yeah, we're going to get rid of this one, which it says is 20, but it isn't anymore. It's now 17. I feel like I've deleted a lot of 17s. Allow from 10.4. Allow out. It says anywhere. Oh no, wait. That's allow in. From here to... Why is that backwards? Alright. We're going to get rid of it and see if anything new pops up. Although I'll probably have to do something like... Nope, okay, it's working fine. Glorious. Alright, so... U is gone. U is gone. Anywhere, allow in. So this is my cop-out rule. Let's get rid of that. See if anything new pops up. Nothing new yet. All right, it wasn't needed, probably. This is like the, how did I spend 19 hours and only write 2 lines of code? It's called rebasing, deal with it. I feel like I've made that joke before. Some serious deja vu. Okay, so now let's look at this block of stupid. I think I need to just do... Is it this? Where is... Where's www? Did it just create a new rule? Skipping... Wait, did it say that before? Yeah, it did. The details. So the way this is specifically the uncomplicated firewall. So this is the easy way for Linux anyway. When UFW is how you interact with it. That's what I've been going through. And there's a couple of ways of going about it. And that's this syntax page that I was looking at here. So it's basically just different ways to type the stuff. You can allow specifically a port. So in this case, you're allowing port 53. If you don't say whether it's in or out, the default is in. So you're allowing other machines to connect to your computer on port 53. There still needs to be a service behind that responds, but you're allowing that to happen. If you specify whether it's TCP or UDP, then it can also decide whether it's going to be connectionless or there's going to be a full conversation back and forth, a handshake. And the server and the client on both sides have to support that. So you can get granular. You can say anything on 53, or I only want things on 53 that are presented in this particular way. And then you get here where you're allowing an app. And the way that the apps are set up is, that's where I'm at right now, where I'm in the applications directory. It creates a, you just create a config file that says what's included in that app. So here I have the ports, right? It's got all of these ports. And then I say that those are all TCP, and then this port, which is UDP. That way, when I say allow Kubernetes, it allows all of those ports at once, both TCP and UDP. It just kind of takes care of it and bundles it all up for you. And that's where, when I'm doing status numbered, I'm getting a list by number so that I just see that, okay, that's just Kubernetes. But if I do verbose, it's going to show me everything that's actually enabled by that. So that's when the rules get split up a little bit. Like, it says that, yeah, this is via Kubernetes, but it's on its own line because it's a different protocol. Clear as mud, right? And then I'm getting a little specific in saying that, like, 53, which is DNS, is only allowed to go to my DNS servers, which are 2 and 20. Whereas, like, 443, which is the port for HTTPS, is allowed to go out to anywhere, meaning, and this is kind of a weirdness with the way that I've got it set up, in that normally you don't deny outgoing connections, but I'm trying to go through the process of locking this down so that nothing is happening on this server that I haven't explicitly allowed. So I have to create the rules also for outgoing. So generally speaking, there's going to be a request from a web or from a browser to the server to say, hey, show me a web page. And that's where the allow in happens. Once that happens, yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is hardening. These are part of the steps in hardening a server. Just making sure that it's called reducing the attack surface, essentially. So if say someone manages to get port 443 and do a remote code execution because I've got some stupid server that I shouldn't have on there, or something that's not patched properly, and they're able to get onto the machine, if they then say, well, I'm going to download my tools from the internet, in theory with this, they can. If I were to turn that off and say that this is only allowed to send data or request 443 data, then they would be kind of SOL. But because it is Kubernetes, I don't want to deal with specifically saying that this container can send 443, but that one can't. I just have it open. And in all actuality, if anyone is attacking, what they're going to be attacking is going to be the containers. And that's where, at a point later, I'm going to be looking at the network policies where, at a namespace level, I'm specifically saying that only this container can only do these things. And because that's kind of the first thing in the cyber attack chain is you do recon. Once you get access, you're on the machine. Your next step is that you need to start gathering your tool set so that you can get to root or get to the highest level of authorization that you're allowed to. And downloading stuff is the way to do that. So in some of my previous videos, I went through some of the processes in hardening those. So if somebody gets in, like, everybody has access to a temp directory. So they go into a temp directory and that's where they start downloading stuff. Well, I made it so that the temp directory is mounted in a way that you can download anything you want into it, but nothing is allowed to be made executable. So, just things to where every step of the way is a little bit harder is what you're trying to do. That's all. Well, that's hardening, right? And quite honestly, with things, especially containerization and orchestration, it gets a little bit more difficult because when I send a request to build up a container, I don't even know which server it's going to be on. I don't know which node it's going to spin up on. So there's some allowances I need to make, like allowing 443. Yeah, it's in how you mount the directory, or not the directory. It's how you mount. I'm trying to think of the right verbiage here. No, it's here. Oy, these look crazy because of all of the containers on here. Actually, easiest way to do it. File system table. So yeah, right here. When you mount the temp file system at this directory, you say it's read write. No SUID says that it's not allowed to have a special bit attached to it, which is something. It's a pretty common technique for attacks where you take a file, a temp file, that something with higher credentials than you is executing, and you modify it so that what it does instead is it bounces back and gives you access to that user ID. So this makes it so that you can't make that change. And then these, if I'm remembering right, I'm a little hazy on these ones, but these ones are specifically about how the files are stored, because there are methods where you can end up getting this by figuring out where the file is physically stored on the media and making a change to that specific bit that allows this to go away. And then you just mount it as no exec. You can't make anything on there executable. And you do that for any of the places where you don't want, where people will generally try to do bad things or that are supposed to be world readable. But it's not like when you do a default Linux install, it doesn't do any of this for you. It should, but I understand why it doesn't, because there are times where you're going to run into just something doesn't work and there's no real reason why, and it's because of one of these security settings, and it's an application that was written to not work within those secure guidelines. So I have allow. I just need to get rid of all of the 443 and 80 rules, I think. It's kind of funny to me, like, a lot of people look at hardening and that stuff as like it's a mystical art, but at the end of the day, it's just running down a checklist. And once you realize how to create that checklist, it's not even mystical anymore. You need to start from the bottom. So 25. 23. 22. 21. 9. Oops. 7. 5. All right. Wow, that's a much cleaner list. All right, so now allow. We need in and out. Well, we'll do this. Wait, why is it saying that it skipped a rule? Oh, I forgot number 5. That's fine. Okay. So now UFW up list. Then we allow, do I need to do like that? Yep, okay. So now we have 80, we have 443. And that's in, but we also need it out. Well, actually, if I'm going to do out, I'm going to do 10.1.24.0.23. Oh, this is where I have to use app again. See, and I'm only doing allow. It makes a shorter list when you're doing what's called whitelisting instead of blacklisting. Using the deny stuff is blacklisting, and that's specifically saying that you don't want these things. It's so much easier to say, here's the things I do want. Everything else get blocked. Everything else can get wrecked. I don't care. Like right now. Boom. Oh, hey. You shouldn't be working. Why are you working? Oh, you're probably... That's funny. I need to check a pod that's actually on the right node. Calico, CSI. Log doesn't provide anything. You shouldn't be pending. Why are you pending? You go away. Let's see if you come back properly. Okay, so I don't have... I need to throw a web server up real quick. Easy enough. Do I have one in here already? Crew, namespace, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, that'll work just fine. Oh, wait, but I need you to not be in default. Awesome. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. It's hanging at pending. Why is it hanging at pending? Because it's trying to get... Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. So I need to allow... What do I do with this one? Allow out to that. So I need to do UFW allow out to anywhere app www secure. I'm missing something in this. This page right here is absolutely the... I've spent more time rereading this page when working with firewalls than anything else I've ever done. I need to make sure that that is here because I live and die by this page sometimes. It is kind of funny though, because as much as useful as this page is, it has a lot of stuff that assumes that you haven't set a default block. It assumes that you're working the other way. You're whitelisting. Incoming, I need outgoing. No, it should be just like that. It should be UFW allow out. Yeah. Had to get rid of the word app again. And I may actually just leave it like that, because that means that it can only go out to HTTPS. It can't go out to HTTP. A lot of times it's just not worth the effort to create a self-signed certificate and then force that self-signed certificate onto the system when you're attacking it. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is a lab. As funny as it would be to know that somebody went through all that effort. Alright, failed to pull an unpack image. I'll probably need to restart you. Hey there, Paydate. Just right now, I'm screwing with UFW to harden this Kubernetes node. My ultimate goal is to harden one server as best as I can, and then use it as a template to write an Ansible script to apply it to the rest of my nodes. And I actually kind of already went through with Waza, I can never say it, just to kind of get an idea of what was open and what sort of known security holes I had, and just kind of ran through the list to meet the CIS standard for hardening. And part of that involved setting up the firewall. And when I came back to the firewall, I realized that it wasn't good enough to replicate across multiple servers just yet. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of cleaning up. And recovering from allergies. So that allows out, and oh yeah, I need to reapply this guy. Problem solved. Sweet. Anything new here? Nope. We fixed it. Oops, I don't need sudo. I think that is a much more concise firewall set. As long as it's going there. Yep, that's fine. I don't want you though. Oh, actually, that makes me wonder. Let's see, we'll get rid of it. I'm wondering if I have this out to anywhere DNS rule, because once it gets past my servers, I thought that my servers were just going out and getting it and then handing it back, but let's make sure. Could be a configuration issue on my end. So we're going to get rid of 20, which is v6. And then we are going to get rid of 6. Everything looks fine, but let's do a dig. Comes back. No errors. Let's try something I probably don't have cached. Someone give me a domain name. What's a website you go to? And no Pornhub. Everything I can think of is something I can think of because I've been there. All right, maybe I just do example. I think that's still a thing, right? It is still a thing. Okay, cool. It is not getting blocked. Now we've got to try something silly that we haven't planned for yet. So this guy's got to go away. And what brought this entire thing to light was trying to install an open project Helm chart. So let's try it again. Oh, but actually, I made a change so that NFS, what is, I don't want you to be default anymore. Edit you. We want v3 labels is default. There we go. I want to go back to you, and you need to be default again. So we save you. And we get rid of you. All right. So now we'll start getting errors because SMB will try to run. So we want open project. We're not going to let you go to default again. And I'm not going to make any changes. I'm just going to run it. It does seem to take a while lately. That's what happens when your controller, when your Kubernetes controller is a Raspberry Pi 4. It's not even a 5. Yeah, man. And honestly, it's been running continuously for a very long time now that I think about it. Yeah, almost 2 years. I love it. Oh, there we go. That's all kinds of fun stuff. So we need to allow 445 and 139, which actually, oops, no. NFS, CIFS. Oh, I can just do that. So we want to do, if we go back to our example here of allow out, we just need, crap, what was it? We need UFW allow out. Boom, boom. CIFS, right? Boom. Boom. Like we intended it. I mean, these are all still going to fail, but and that right there is why they're going to fail. Postgres really does not like running on SMB shares. They don't allow it to take control of of its main database file the way that it needs to. So, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. We are over the hump. So we need to go here. We need to go here. Actually, no, we just need to go here. Sayonara. Make sure it cleans itself out. Human. The next thing I'm going to have to do is revisit this NVIDIA GPU server. It was fun enough to get it set up the first time. But now that I'm trying to get it set up securely, let's just say it's not really designed for that. Actually, funny enough, the exact thing that I was showing you, Tomato, when you have the way the Jetson 2 is set up, it's basically like a Raspberry Pi with an older video card attached to it, which is kind of cool and neat enough for my purposes to hopefully use it for I guess, text recognition. That's my hope. But the moment you try to separate out all of the partitions, the temp files, the places where attackers use to take over a machine, it has an issue with that because all of the storage for it is on board, and it won't allow you to chop it up very easily. At least not that I've found so far. So I've broken it a couple of times at this point. I've got to figure it out so that I can get it back in the cluster. But it's definitely going to be a one-off, and it's hard to do on stream because I'm not using any sort of extra video input. That's what I need, is video capture card. Then I'd be able to do it. Maybe one day. All right, so it cleared out. We're set. There's nothing new here. We'll have to see what happens. What are you? Okay. We'll have to see what happens when, with a little bit of time to cook. But I think for the most part, we've got something that we can use. So we can jump over here. And I'm going to create a new issue for what I did. This is a config. This is going to be same. Honestly, it's the same, and it's easy. It's straightforward. But yeah, it's a matter of like, when do you practice? Where do you practice? I mean, when I think about it, you may as well just set up a virtual server. Do it. Maybe I'd go through that at some point, because I kind of did a bit of that on stream, kind of. I didn't do the partitioning live, as it were. Well, I kind of did. I used LVM, so I cheated a little bit. But yeah, I mean, maybe that could be something that could be fun to do. Sometimes it's just the stupid little stuff that you just don't think about, but every time you do have to do it, you're like, ugh. Need that one, unfortunately. And I need to get a copy of these files. I need to SCP Kubernetes. No. To what? do I not have... Yeah, okay. That's my bad. Yeah. Remember, kids, make sure all your DNS listings are in your search domain. All right, so that means I just have to do it manually. .in. Almost there. Wait, why are you hanging? Oh, I bet I don't have... I bet it's blocking me. Yep. Oh, that's fun. Okay. W allow out. There we go. Yes. That shouldn't be asking. Oh, I know why it's asking for a password. It shouldn't be. That's another hardening thing. All right, and we need NTP out. And NTP in. And where's that agent? And that should be that. All right, and we want to choose files and put the ones that we just uploaded in there. I don't think it needs that. And there we go. I think that's going to be it for today. I don't know what I can do in the next 13 minutes other than set this from new to resolved so that it can go in that list. Yeah. Wow. Success. Thanks for stopping by and chatting, Tomato. And paid 8. Paid 8. I just caught. Anyway. Good talking to you. And hopefully gave you a little bit of a nudge towards spinning up a VM and breaking it a couple of times. Always fun. And if you're lurking, I'll definitely take the invite. Yeah, I've got to go to that to a graduation dinner, thankfully, at RNG. It's going to be the worst thing ever. Nieces, nephews, family members. It's that season. I'll do my best. And again, thanks for stopping by.